back. We're back on this happy Sunday evening, man. I'm glad to see you guys again, man. I was out. Y'all think anybody already know? I was out for a couple of days, but now I'm feeling better. So, you know, thank the Lord for that. So now I'm feeling better. So, I'm always good to be with my guys. I know a lot of people was missing me. They said, "Where that goofy guy at?" I'm here. This is why you gotta like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side. We go live each and every Sunday, 7:30 Eastern time. But yeah, I want to tell you guys, so guys, how you feel, man? How y'all feeling, man? What's popping? What's
Feel
cracking
good,
like?
man. How you doing, baby? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
We here, man.
Yeah,
Got it good.
Yes, sir. Everything good over here in the West Coast. Glad to be here on Sunday with you brothers. I'm ready for the show.
Well, right now, the 49ers game just ended, Jordan. So over there in Santa Clara, they going crazy right now. That stadium was packed with Miami fans and fan. It's crazy over there. Like a party, So, but yeah, anyhow, I want to thank Adrian. Adrian reached out to us. I think, how can you probably know more information than I do.
Yeah.
So go right ahead.
First, I want to say hi to damn, I don't want to mess this girl name up because she's in the comments right now.
Who?
The Sosa.
They're Sosa. You gotta give her a wrench. That's my dog now.
I'm gonna give her a wrench.
That's the Black Queen right there. That's the Sosa.
How you doing, Queen? Shout out
She
to
first.
She said hi first, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Sosa. Shout out to the Sosa.
Yeah, shout out to her. Y'all. Appreciate it.
But we got a special thing today. I don't know if y'all remember the interview we did with our lovely queen from Penny Hills. Adrian, the playwright, which my brothers went, supported out there. Beautiful sister. You remember we played some of her son music. He has a new single out. And please, people, I don't ask y'all for nothing. My birthday's coming up and it's Christmas. I need y'all to stream Marlon Dixon's song. I'm about to play it. There's Sosa. I know you in Switzerland. Get the Switz on this for me. It's hot. It's Uga Flame. We about to play it. Marlon Dixon. The song's so hot, I say my name today is Hakeem Dixon today. We are part of the Dixon family. That's how hot the song is. Hot the song is. Adrian, told us he has a new, his son has a new single. They're just a talented family.
Yeah.
Talented family. I can't wait to see them on Broadway. I can't wait to see him at the Grammys. I'm going to cover him in the blood of Jesus. Okay? Now, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about the song, what we about to play. This is not steppers music. This is not gang music. None of that F-boy stuff. This is real music. Real music you can bump in your whip. Something you can play all day. All right?
Yeah, and also we have good news too. We also will be interviewing him next week as well. So be on the lookout. He will be in the house next week as well. So make sure when y'all listen to his music, y'all have any questions, y'all want to think about asking him, go ahead and think about it because he'll be with us next week. Go ahead.
Yeah. The new single is called Inside. Marlon Media. Let's get it. Can y'all hear it? Marlon Dixon. Yeah, that's Sousa.
gotta deal with the inside.
Snap your fingers. My God is real.
Believe in yourself. Ask somebody for help. Don't think that you're insane. You just need to ease the pain. The inside. You gotta deal with the inside. The inside. Comprehend that everyone needs some help. You can't do it by yourself. The inside. You gotta deal with the inside.
I'm telling you, stream Marlon Dixon's song.
The inside. Inside, man, it might be rough, but that's alright, that's okay. Time to live with the pain. Open up, let it out. That's what it's all about. What you hold and let it go. What you feel and let it go. Let it go, let it go till all the feelings go. Sheesh, Lord, please give me the strength to face me. I said, sheesh, Lord, please give me the strength to face me.
Yeah. Boy, on fire. I ain't gonna lie, that was
hot.
Boy, that's hot.
De Sousa, please get the Switzerland on this. Get the London boys on this for me. Marlon Dixon. Marlon Media. Listen, you wanna know what's so beautiful about this? It sounds like an R&B song, but he's praising the Lord in it.
Exactly. That way it's totally different, very creative. And we talk before.
You gotta deal with the things that's going on in your brain. You gotta have some devotion to deal with your emotions. The inside. You gotta deal with the inside.
Marlon, if I didn't tell you nothing, you don't know me.
Believe in yourself. Ask somebody for help. Don't think that you're insane. You just need to ease the pain. The inside.
This shit is fire.
You gotta deal with the inside. inside.
Churches ain't on it, get on it now.
You feel no one understands, but you gotta comprehend that everyone needs some help. You can't do it by yourself. The inside,
multi-dimensional.
you gotta deal with the inside.
The inside. With the inside, man, it might be rough, but that's alright, that's okay. Time to live with the pain. Open up, let it out. That's what it's all about. What you hold and let it go. What you feel and let it go. Let it go, let it go till all the feelings go. Sheesh, Lord, please give me the strength to face me. I said, sheesh, Lord, please give me the strength to face me.
Man,
boy, I think y'all sorry. I was drinking cause when I'm in that mood, I started like drinking and stuff. I'm like, yo, I gotta chill. You know what I mean?
Yo, you wanna know something, man? I don't. For a lot of people who don't know, I used to be a rapper. I used to be a musician.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know that was one of my many talents.
I didn't know either.
You see what I'm saying? But one thing I want to say about his song is when you get a record that has substance in it, it's a different story. I heard the record because I listened to it before and I was like dealing with the inside. A lot of people going through mental health, and a lot of it has to do with internal stuff. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is there's a lot of childhood traumas that we go through, all dealing with insecurities, confidence level, anxious, attachment issues. When you learn to deal with yourself and love who you are as a person inside, you're going to get it. And that's what this record told me. You know what I'm saying? You talking to a brother who suffered from insecurities and confidence. So when I hear that record, it resonates to me a lot. And that's why I say I support these type of music. You know what I mean? This is stuff I could do whatever. So don't get me wrong. We about to stream this. We're going to stream this record when we about to end the show too.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even playing with you. Marlon Dixon, stream his music, please. Get the switch on this for me, De Sousa. Queen, get the switch on this for me. All right.
Real talk. Real effing talk.
No.
So this topic here, I think we this was actually brought up by one of our subscribers, Jabari, who be in the chat. Shout out to you. I don't know if he's here yet, but normally he be in the chat. One of our fellow followers who always been with us since day one. So he also be a great contributor to the show. He give us reaction and stuff like that. And this one right here, he was talking about was a good question. He asked me, he want me to ask you guys, do you think marriage is really about love or commitment?
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, me, I'm not married. I can't, you're not married.
No.
But Jordan is married. So
Yes.
that's why there's a balance. So we have somebody on the panel that is married. So who been married for now like 2 years right now? Jordan, 2 years, about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. So
he already experienced it. So he could give us more information. So this is like a serious question because I think everybody already know Kim Kardashian divorced Kanye West.
Yes.
And also she also put him on child support. So did she really love him? Was there really a commitment? Let's dive in. Let's go. Go ahead.
Who do y'all want me to go? Jordan, do you want to go first, or you want to?
Go ahead.
Because you're a marriage expert, so because really your word is law.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Well,
because
for me, I was gonna say like our celebrity marriages like that because to me, it's so how I see us. It's more of a people that we really because those type of people celebrate. They're in a different stratosphere than we are than average. Get me? So how I look at marriage is.
Hold on, Jordan. Your audio coming in and out. Your audio coming in and out.
1 second. Hey, I can't go ahead. Let me see if I can fix my audio.
all right. Now, to my understanding, and I want to just give a disclaimer, people. I'm not married. Apple. I'm gonna need you to come on. I'm gonna need you to come up. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna need you to come up because we want your opinion on this. We need your opinion on this. So, in my understanding, I've seen many marriages in my lifetime. A lot of us has been in long-term relationships. And to be honest with you, let's be really honest about this. And people, I don't want you to shy about this. A lot of y'all get in relationships, y'all don't really be loving niggas off back 100%. Whatever reason you get into a relationship with somebody is your reason. I could tell you why you got in that relationship, but you might not want to be honest. Sometimes it's survival. Sometimes it's just, hey, this what feels right. Sometimes it's people telling you what to do. Over time, after actions, situations, maybe love comes into play or commitment. Sometimes people are in marriages for honor and respect. Sometimes love don't have to do with it. Because let's be honest about it. Our women, who we love so much, our queens, are very dogmatic. You feel me? They all based on the possibility of things and stuff like that. Their emotions run up and wild. One day we're their type, the next day we're not. One day they love us, the next day we're not. One day they say, I need to go find myself. You done been with her for 20 years. So if a person stays with you long enough, she might not be honest why she's there with you for that reason. And sometimes who you are as a person is the reason why she stayed. You might be an honorable guy. That doesn't mean she loves you. She might be loves you as a person, but being in love with you is a different situation. Most girls who I see are in love, they're in love with Double D John Johns. They're in love with the Pookie and Ray Rays. Because you want to know why? You have to have an over amount of affection to allow somebody who is beneath you to do certain things with you. You feel what I'm trying to say? So for me, I'm not going to question love in the beginning, because I know love has to grow over time. Because I've seen things happen today. I'll give you an example. Hello?
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
My dad is a tyrant. He was growing up, he was very disrespectful, mouth crazy. But he's a stand-up guy. He never brought any other kids home. He wasn't a good boyfriend. He paid the rent, raised kids that wasn't his, took care of the household, even when he separated, then came back. He still paid the bills. Now, take this an example. My mother never had an idea of leaving him. I don't know in my mind to know if she even loved him, but her actions tells me that she loved him. My dad's and I'm gonna mention something. This is personal, and I don't want nobody to feel any kind of way. But my dad's in the hospital right now. My mother.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Yeah, thank you. My dad had a stroke before. He has medical
right.
problems. But I want to put something into play. My mother has went and seen him 3 times today. Once in the morning, once after church, and my sister-in-law took my mother to go see him again 3 times today. Now, mind you, you have certain people who are married and going through shit like that. They're not doing stuff like that. Am I wrong, fellas?
No, that's fact.
Now, mind you, due to actions of my daddy over time, and sometimes we have to weigh in on the negatives and the positives of your mate and why you're still with them. I look at the situation of like, hey, this lady went to see this man 3 times today. Mind you, they're married. I don't know if that's love or that's respect that he's been a stand-up nigga. That's for her to choose. You know what I mean? And this is the point.
I want to ask you if you could put in the definition of marriage, and then also put in the definition of commitment, so people can see the 2 definitions. Because if you look at the Western definition of love, it's like 3 different. It breaks it down in 3 different types of areas. So women can say they love you, but you gotta see in which type of bracket.
Man, Roni, you trying to take people to a teachable moment. I'm gonna do it. Hey,
yeah, it's a teachable moment. No, because remember, I want people like we all learning together. So we be like, oh, the only one that's here that's an expert we already know is Jordan. You get what I'm saying? But for me, I always like when I like have conversation with you, I say, okay, let's go down and look at the definition, because sometimes people like, oh, she says she loved me, but then yet she don't care about me. So which one does she? You get what I'm saying? It's because it's 2 different definitions.
Yeah, I just put marriage definition in the comment. Let's read.
And that's easy to say. Is if she, like I said, my thing is, it's like if she don't care about this, it shows with her actions, not with her words.
Yeah,
correct.
And the thing is, if you're not seeing if you're not seeing any actions of it, there's our green flags and red flags that that she's right for you if she's doing the work and doing the actions for you. Being there for you, make sure you're okay, make sure calling you, make sure you're fed. This, really just basic stuff. If she's there for you.
No, but the thing you gotta understand something, Jordan. There's couples, people. I know you probably heard this relationship before, that there are people that they dated someone, or they're in a marriage, and they talk about, hey, my partner, my spouse never told me he loves me.
Yeah.
But but when you ask the guy a question, you be like, I don't need to tell her I love her, because look, I do this for her, I do that for her, I do this for her, but yet my wife is still complaining because I don't say I love her.
That means she's
You do that a lot.
And that tells me she's all about the emotional side, but not just seeing the physical, like not seeing the action of what love is, what marriage actually does. Because for me, my wife knows it's like we say I love each other or not, but she knows I show my love, my affection through actions. I don't need to tell her that I love her, like I still love her, all that type of stuff. If my actions stay the same, you still my wife. I'm still gonna love you. If I'm still doing what I need to do as a husband, it shows that. if she sees something that's out of ordinary, that I'm doing something that's odd, that I'm not that's inconsistent, and I'm not doing it on a regular basis, like it could be maybe weeks or times, or maybe months or times that I'm doing something different, and I'm not showing my action of if I love my wife. Then that means she's gonna. That means her something's gonna spark up in her head. It's like, yo, what's going on? He's not doing what he's that he consistently is doing. Of me. It could be sex or taking me out. This basic stuff. Stuff that the people that see, but some people, they don't even talk. They don't communicate to it, and they push it under the rug instead of take care of it now, find a solution. After you find a solution, and that's it. And then they keep building up so much. It's like they keep building so much of it. It's like, okay, you kind of don't know the person. You don't know the person anymore. It's like the person's kind of changing in a way because you didn't talk about it or take care of it or talk about it. And then once you see that person kind of change in a way, now it's like, okay, it's like you kind of don't know that person anymore because he's not doing the consistent things like he's doing or she's doing. And then also it could be something that you might need tools of that you don't have or never raised of, and that's what I think of, and that's what I believe. You should go to a counseling and help her get the necessary tools. Because me and my wife, a year and a half ago, we had to go to counseling because there were some tools that I didn't know that I needed, to have a successful relationship and a successful marriages. And this is basic stuff. Same thing for my wife. We've been counseling for almost eight months at the time,
Mhm.
and I really did the homework, and it was just simple homework. It's like and really being self aware of yourself. Are you doing those? Are you doing those things? And also hold yourself accountable if you're doing wrong, if you're messing up, and it's okay to mess up. You're not gonna get it done in one day. It's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a while. It could take a couple weeks. It could take a couple months. But as long as you know that you're still doing the work, and your spouse is seeing that you're doing the work, because it's like I said, it's like I said, your spouse gonna see the mistakes too, and it's it'll be kind of stupid. It's like, you're not doing this right. Remember, you're supposed to do this right. No, it takes work. You have to be patient. And I feel like a lot of, especially in the Western world, especially here, people are not patient enough to work with each other. They just feel like, oh, well, I could just find somebody else. And the
That's
thing
why. That's
is,
why I
and
thought I can't pull up that definition
right.
because remember, love have a different. It has so many different variants. Love could be like
Mm-hmm.
they could be in love with you when it comes to the aspect of being attracted to you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A love, or they could be a love they actually care about you. It's two. I would say it's two different languages. And the
Mm-hmm.
Susan said right there, she's talking about learn each other love language, which is very important too. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know their love language. And I think you guys probably heard it. There have been incidents where a man would literally be in bed, his wife would wake up one day and say, "You know what? I don't want to be married to you anymore."
Mm-hmm.
So did she really love? Did she really love? Did she really lose the love interest in you, or did she lose the commitment? The
Yep.
commitment in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, you got to ask. Like I said, I want to be married no more. You got to ask that person. Okay, why you feel this way at this moment? Did you feel this way before this moment? Did you feel this way before we got married? If so, why you didn't
Mm,
tell me? That's
mm.
when important to talk about this type of stuff. Talk about stuff. If you in the feelings, don't just blurt it out all of a sudden. It's like, yo, if that's the case, how long you was feeling this way? And that's important to ask that question. Because if you was feeling like that before we got married, then that was a problem right there. That's a big problem. Because for me, if that's the case, y'all really should have communicated about it if y'all really wanted to get married, or take premarital counseling, see if y'all was compatible with each other.
Now I want to touch on something you said. Y'all both
Yeah.
just dropped. Y'all was both dropping nothing but jewels there. And I just wanted to comment on something on in between. Most men are not vocal. Our actions play a lot into how we show that you love. And you did say a big point about having a conversation and stuff like that and being able to.
Mhm.
Communication is kind of a big issue in marriages, in relationships. And this is why we can't solve certain things. Now, there's Sousa
Mhm.
said that you have to speak her love language or she's not going to receive it. Now, mind you, like he said, this has to be talked into the beginning or in the beginning stages of a relationship. You know what I mean? And really, we have to know your relationship can't just be one-sided. It has to benefit both parties. Most women have ideas on how their relationship wants to be, which doesn't coincide with the male. The male have a relationship idea. He wants to be with you. He just doesn't want to be bothered with a lot of other stuff.
And not only that, but I have an issue. I do have an issue with the love language. Before you go in, Joe, I just want to say the only issue I have with the love language situation is because you're dealing with a human being. Remember, human beings tend to change all the time. 1 minute it could be this way, 1 minute it could be another way. Same thing with me. I can't know me for years. Jordan knew me for years. I used to be a certain way, but I developed myself and I became somebody totally different. So I changed. So I'm not gonna always be the same person. You may see that like one day I might have long hair, I might have short hair. So can you really get to know the person really love language, or is this just grow in the relationship? Go ahead, Jordan.
No, I was gonna say you hit spot on, Ronnie, on that because me and my wife, we're in our 30s now. We're constantly changing. You know, we constantly liking different stuff. You know, all that type of stuff.
Real talk, man. I like that.
Some stuff I do like, some stuff I might like, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna support her. That's still my wife.
Damn, you going in today?
She's still doing the basic things that we were supposed to do, all that type of stuff. And for me and my wife, we believe in family. As long as we believe in family, we're good. We're like that tight.
Woo. But let me ask you a question. How is your communication? That's the point that I want to do. Is the communication there? Because what I say is you got two. Here's the two of the main issues in most relationships. You got women who want one thing and men who's not willing to change. You know what I'm saying? Because and I can admit that me being a man, sometimes your significant other could be explaining something what's going wrong, and he's like, should be all right. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say it's the best way to do that, and I'm telling the women this, and my wife does this all the time. There's a lot of stuff that I like to go somewhere or like a certain restaurant or a certain bar that I like to enjoy beer. You know, she'll take me there. We'll drink or we have a good time. And I feel like a lot of some women, you know, should really know what your men like. If you know what your men like what to do, you know, go to sports games or go to the bar. This manly stuff. Men really do appreciate this stuff when women take men out somewhere, especially something that they like. Because if you take him somewhere, he's gonna talk. It's kind of like he in his comfort zone. You take him somewhere that he's in his comfort zone and he's comfortable to talk and relax. And that's what my wife do to me, you know. And I feel like, you know, some women should take their men out somewhere in their comfort zone, and that's where you can talk. How y'all feel about that?
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. So, do you think you felt more love in the marriage or before you was married?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because the topic is like, is marriage about love or commitment? Do you feel the love before the marriage, or the marriage you in right now?
And before you answer that, answer this one: how long you and her have been together before y'all got married? Then answer that.
Yeah. Okay, so before we got married, we've been together for what, 10 years?
Well, that's like a marriage.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a marriage.
Yo. Was y'all saying the same address?
We was living together. Like,
okay,
I said,
married, common law.
Yeah.
By common law, that's Florida law. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't move in together till like the third or fourth year when we moved together.
Man, George, you ain't play around, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. We wanted. I had my wife one time with me in Michigan for the summertime. I was like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's save this money. Let's move to Miami." And we just started out fresh, and we just started to build there. And
Damn.
we was at the time we was 20. She was 20. I was 21. You know, we wanted to experience ourselves. We know we had each other's back at the time,
Yeah.
so we knew it's like, okay, we moved together. You know, and we'll just build from there.
Okay. But then the second question, did you
Mhm.
feel love before the marriage or during the marriage?
Right now, I would say during the marriage. I always thought when I was in Miami at the time, you know, because Miami is very different than LA. You know, Miami's a party city, you know, for 20-year-olds and all that type of stuff. And so at the time, I thought, you know, I didn't need it marriage at the time because I felt like we was already married. But then again, it's like, you know, I kind of wanted to move out from Florida and everything because I felt like for me, I didn't want to raise my family. I always want to raise my family here in California. Before I met my wife and everything, I always wanted to move to
Mhm.
California and all that type of stuff
Wow.
because
Okay.
I did want to get married and I wanted to raise my kids here. And you know, I really wanted, you know, because I really wanted to. I had like a California dream when I was little, a teenager, all that type of stuff. You know, and then when because before I wanted to come to school out here, you know, I got accepted to University of Berkeley at the time, but at the time my mom said it was too far. Try somebody else. And at the time, my uncle was living in Florida. He was in Miami, and you know, I had family there, so I decided to go to school there. You know, for culinary at the time, and that's where I met my wife and everything. But you know, living in Miami with my wife, I really didn't think about marriage because I thought I had other options at the time. You know, and Miami it's like that. You know, you see beautiful women.
All
You
day.
know, all day,
All
every
day.
day. It ain't
All
nothing
day.
like it. Ain't nothing like it's
All
beautiful
day.
women all day, every day.
Every
So I feel
day.
like as a man, it's like even though I had my girlfriend at times, like I had other options. If I could, if I had to break up, I had other
Or
options to talk to the woman. But
but
but just to see that how my wife is very feminine, very nice, and how we stuck in with each other. You know, we had each other's back. It's like, you know what? I think it's time to get married. I think it's time to move up out of here. It was either gonna be Atlanta or California, but I turn to my wife and say, hey, let's try this California lifestyle real quick. If it don't work in the next 3 or 4 years, we also move back to Atlanta. We moved here. We started building. We got married, and at the time, my wife, she didn't like California. The first year, she did not like California. She didn't at the time. But I told her, just be patient. We gonna get there. Once we move to a better apartment, start making some friends and start really exploring, LA. And then my wife got really comfortable. She living the best life right now. And me telling her is like, hey, I felt we was gonna do well in LA. I always felt that way because
yeah, which you guys are doing well.
because I had a partner like Z. But if I had a partner like Z, I was like, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I had Z, and I was like, and I know I wanted to really push myself because I'm a grinder. I like to grind. I
Yeah,
like to really
exactly.
hustle. I like to push myself. I'm a out of the box. And see how I told my wife, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Till now, it's like, everything's good with us. It's like my wife, she thinks we're doing way beyond that she ever thought we would ever do here in California. And and like I said, we're just getting started. And just having a faith with each other and just having a faith with ourselves and everything. So it's this like I said, this marriage I'm in right now, it's like I think we're just solid. We have the tools to know how to communicate. We like I said, we do things. We go out once or twice a week. Next year, possibly helping working out, having some kids and all that type of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
we make sure we plan things out. And if we got something like a minor setback, we talk about it, or we think we could grind into it. We'll grind into it. So.
And this is the thing, because I know Hakeem he gonna go in, but this is the thing I want him to make. This is why I think dating is a waste of time. Because if you wasn't, let's say for me, for example, Lee, if I find somebody here in Miami and I find somebody, I could just go ahead and just get married because the way you speaking, showing that I'm gonna grow in love anyway. So why wait 5 to 15 years to be like, you know what? I finally love you. Let's go ahead and get married. Nah, if me and you vibing, vibe is going well. Future, let's just go ahead and get married, and we just grow into the love. Pretty much. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. You're gonna end up growing into love because if I'm with you every day and you here laying in my bed, I know, man, you my woman. I know I gotta take care of you. I'm not gonna leave you here looking crazy. I know I gotta take care of you.
Yep.
You know, so I know I gotta make sure I feed you. I know I gotta put food in the refrigerator. Cause pretty much you live here with me. So if you live here with me, if I take care of myself, I'm gonna take care of you too. So it seems like the love automatically grow naturally. You don't have to force the love. It can actually grow naturally because most people wait. Let me wait, 15 years until I get married, and sometimes it be too late. Go ahead, Kim. I know you're gonna go in. Go ahead.
No, definitely. No, you're spot on. I just want to just piggyback off that, and then I want to see what our brother now, Jabari said. I could say both. It requires love, sticking through commitment through marriage, and it says without love, people are out the door. Now with Jordan, you and your wife have been together for so long, you grew to know each other. Y'all grew to know each other. Y'all have a communication. You was able to talk. But here's another thing is too. You came in here with intentions. You wasn't coming in here just trying to smash her. If it was, you wouldn't be married. You came with intentions.
Exactly.
You seen her. You listen. Exactly. Regardless, listen. Every man gonna think about having option. Every man does. But men who have that, they also think about being intentional with people who deserve to be intentional with. You came in with intention. Most women always are intentional. Let's get that straight. Most women be ready to marry by 12. And with that being said, now you see most women know that too. Us men, we don't find that until later in life, 40 something. Not saying that the younger guys don't get it, but we start to want to realize we want to be intentional later in life because we might have a goal or something like that. But some people get it early. Now, here's the thing. D'Souza said this. Y'all had a solid foundation. And I want to piggyback on what you're saying. Everything is a case-by-case situation. Jordan and his wife are outliers. They was able to be together for so long and build a foundation. Listen, we just hearing the good stuff. We haven't heard the bad stuff either. Because there was some rocky road stuff going on, right?
Hell yeah, for sure, yeah.
Now I want to comment on what my brother here say. Dating does not work half the time. And this is why in Africa and Arab countries we have higher marriage rates because we understand what marriage is all about, what it works. Here in America, we're the most freest to do the most decisions, but we're the less to get married. If it makes sense, you just need to get married and get on. I'm not saying you have to vet your partner. You have to come in here with intentions. You got to know what they want, where they see 5 years from now, what their plans, if they want to have a family, if they want to do this. A lot of these components make serious. Now, mind you, here's the thing. A lot of us come in here with intentions, but our mate have other intentions. We still stick together. We still stick with our mates through the bad and good times because of the commitment. It all depends on how bad the situation is that you still stay together. This is why I say that communication and therapy is a key, which we overlook that lots of time to try to make relationships work. Because here's the thing. It'd be mainly women who want certain, it'd be mainly women who have an idea on how the relationship supposed to be. Men just want to come home and be with a woman. They let you swipe the card. They let you decorate. They let you do all that feel-good stuff. We are for the marriage. We might be into the schematics of it. You feel me? And I know a lot of women get mad because we don't want to be in the schematics. Relationships and commitments for us is being solid and being there, especially if you have a good foundation, seeing what your mother and father has done. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about.
I'm not gonna lie, Hakeem. Some people don't use the marriage in the way you describing. Some people use the marriage for other things, like for it becomes for business. Yes, it comes. Like, I'm about to die. I'm trying to make sure nobody takes my will. I gotta find somebody have kids with. So the marriage is not always based on the love aspect of it. That's what I was saying. I think we as Americans, I think we taking marriage into like too deep when it's not supposed to be that deep. You get what I mean? Go ahead.
I want to say something too. It's kind of important. You know what's really important, especially if y'all want to make it work, and see how your communications are. How y'all talk to your other people about your spouse, towards your family, towards your friends, or somebody or somebody start walking up to you, try to approach you, try to get your number, and he's like, "Oh no, I got a man or I got a husband," and really talk about you because I have a great husband. I ain't trying to mess this up. Because there's some times that, you might go into rocky times or really, really bad rocky times, and you might talk about your business to other people. And I can tell you this, being with my wife for 13 years all the time, we've been into rocky stuff, but we have never, ever talked about ourselves to other people. Not even our parents.
Big man, you better preach.
You need to say that again.
Wherever happens with us, staying in this household.
Preach.
Nothing else come out.
Preach. I mean, you preaching tonight. Go ahead, what?
Nothing.
That was your Detroit one. That's why you're Detroit one. Go ahead. Nobody. He's speaking true because that's the number one thing. And not only that, I don't think if you married, I really not. Before I disagree with him saying like, oh, married woman. He always used to say, oh, God rest his soul. He always used to say, married woman shouldn't be with single friends. And I'll be like, nah, man, you taking it too far. Who cares? No, because it plays a big part. Because single friend can infiltrate their lifestyle into your marriage and mess the whole thing up. Go ahead, Hakeem.
My brothers, you've said so much important stuff, and I think that it just goes back to say, do you want to be married? Do you want to spend your life with somebody? Do you know the work it takes to be with somebody? The flaws, the waking up in the morning, the disagreements, the one-way thinking, you think the other way. It's a lot that has to go into that. But the benefits outweigh the simple, minute things. A lot of us think that we can have this love and hip hop marriage. It's not like that. Relationships that last are the ones that are minute, the ones that have routines. We're not traveling all the time. We're not buying Benzes. Some marriages, people save up to travel once a year and they be just fine with that. Some people do not go out with their other mates. This is why it's a factual. But the thing about it is you cannot control your marriage without the other. You cannot control your marriage when you have to work with somebody else. And a lots of times we be in relationships and we lose ourselves, forgetting that the other people's there. You feel what I'm trying to say? Now, it says most women need to work on that part. And here's the thing, we all need to work. But the thing about it is the benefits of marriage outweighs that. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot of the red pill guys who's scared about money being taken, who's scared about
no, that's YouTube. That's YouTube. When it's stuff like that, that's YouTube and social media. That's not real life. Most of the red pill guys are single. They're not even dating nobody.
That's true. That's very true.
Half these guys are incels. And I'm gonna be real honest with you. Most of these guys don't even make enough money for you to take. What money? Like when they're trying to promote not for a lot of these guys not to get married. These guys don't even have money to take. These guys are not sitting on million. Half of us at most make 40 grand a year. So you really, what she's gonna take from you? What, $500 a month, $200 a month?
But I'm saying it's YouTube, and even the one with the huge subscriber. Like I like some of the stuff I dig in because I study numbers a lot. So I dig in. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the analytics. I'm looking at all that, and then some of the guys who actually do make good money off YouTube, they don't do it. They don't even do it before tax. After taxes. They only show you the straight amount. Show you after tax how much they really taking home each and every year. Most of these guys be broke. I'm just keeping it real with you. So it's just talking points for YouTube. That's why I don't pay attention to that. But he's speaking facts though.
And they also use the celebrity part, like with Kanye West. Oh, look, you want to get married? Look, Kim's taking $200,000 a year from Kanye. Do you want to get married? Or was it that?
Well, I don't think she should. I don't think she should though. And this is why. Because I'm gonna tell you why. This is why. Because Kim is already set already. She don't need no more money. She's already set.
Basically.
Yeah. I'm just talking about the bad faith and divorce and marriage, all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
how it can end up. And I don't speak in bad faith in marriage, as we don't either.
But let me ask you a question. Them two came into this relationship tumultuous. She had a tumultuous past. He had a tumultuous past.
Yeah, and I didn't even want to date him. He kept pursuing her.
Basically, listen, the relationship lasted long because of commitment. Same thing like Will and Jada. Will and Jada already was done. They say, hey, we need to stay married because we look good together. That public image they was portraying. But everybody got real life problems. Listen, your grandmother and grandfather didn't want to be together. They stayed together for your nappy ass sometimes. Or they stayed together because it made sense. And to be honest with you, you think you're going to get whatever's better out there. Who you got is what you're going to get. And that's what God gave you. Learn to work that and be good with that. And sometimes things work itself out. The problem is most women are looking for this magical, mystical man. Magical, mystical man. And you got most men who are looking for strippers with stripper bodies. We all know real rich men don't date big butts. Am I wrong, fellas?
No.
Not at all. Nope.
No.
They have fun with big butts.
They have fun with big butts. So broke guys want big butts. And women are complaining with broke guys who want big butts. They tend up marrying the people who they despise. It happens. We're regular people. We're going to marry regular people after a certain age. Niggas who be listen. Men who be clowning fat girls, saying they don't want to be with them, end up marrying them. It's facts, nigga. Half of y'all marry peppers. It's facts. You don't got enough money to marry a stripper or an Instagram model. Matter of fact, you would not want to that because she's a cum station. A dunk station. They don't tend to get married either because they're looking for the best thing. And the same thing with women. Women will have kids from Double D Johns. Later on in life, marry the janitor at the corner store. Woo! I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. You will have kids from the gangster but marry the janitor at your local high school.
But the prime example, I'll tell you something. I went out to dinner yesterday. Shout out to Ray. Happy birthday, Ray, too. Shout out to Ray. I was having a conversation with a woman. I was telling her that we were talking about marriage, and I was telling her at some point in your life, you're gonna get tired of being alone. You're gonna tired of be coming home. Nobody's not there. Just somebody just being there to take care of you, or something happened to you, like in case of emergency, because you can't call your mama down the street. Your mama down the street, your auntie, your sister is with her significant other. So who you gonna talk to? You gonna call somebody real quick? The only person you gonna call is the ambulance. You gonna eventually want somebody there. And she thought about it. She's like, you know what? That's true. That's why the woman wait. Like you always say, women wait till they hit a certain age. They be like, you know what? Fuck it. They date anybody like, yo, I'm ready to get married. Fuck it. They don't care what he got. They be like, yo, let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it.
you wait until you get later in the age that, I should have been judging him by his character, not by the way he looked.
There you go. Yep.
This is why men complain and say that women choose men wrongly. And I'm only speaking from the preference of, you want somebody to marry, the guys you can marry have always been here. You just don't like them for certain reasons. He can't dress. He might be too ugly. His feet too big. We're talking about very minute things.
You know why? You know what? One of the reasons I can't. It's one of the reasons. What my friends gonna say?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, but remember that because we're young, we very materialistic, and we very superficial. But when you get older in that age, you stop caring. You see, when you get when I was like 20, I was like, man, I gotta get Jordans, I gotta get Timberlands, I gotta get all the new Gucci, all this. When I hit my 30s, I'm like, man, I be like, man, I'm gonna go to Ross. Probably when I get in my 40s, I'm like, you know what, man, forget about clothes, man. I'm gonna wear like the same clothes like Elon Musk don't be doing. They be wearing the same clothes every day.
Hey, and these women, I don't know, clothes don't make you rich. Buying stocks and buying stocks and investing in the business, and investing in the long
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Our mind changes.
Yeah, once you hit in your 40s and 50s, then you can start being rich. It's all about the long term, not the short term. Go ahead, Hakeem.
You're right. Listen, there was a video a young lady did where she said the struggling men are the prize. The man who was struggling, he's on the prize. And you are right. As we get older, things change. You stop caring about how a nigga dress after 35. Does that really matter? Him being in Jordans, does that really matter? You 40. Most men at that age wear the same clothes every day. Older men, 60, they wear the same Dickie suit or overalls. Go get me a bill, nephew.
Yeah, they shop at Macy's and wear casual clothes.
Casual clothes. We talking about
some real stuff. About Goodwill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Goodwill. Listen.
Wait. I was gonna say one thing. What do you think billionaires wear casual clothes for? They don't wear expensive stuff like that. You don't see Jay-Z. When Jay-Z started being a billionaire and Diddy started being a billionaire, you don't see him rocking.
They started looking homeless.
They started looking homeless. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, Jordan. You right. I didn't really pay attention to Jay-Z. I'm thinking about it now. It's sure that he used to wear Timberlands, the jeans, the Levi jeans. I'm telling you, our mind is messed up. I'm telling you, we got things backwards.
Listen. One thing that men know that women don't get, we judge women by character half the time. We sleep with women who look good. We don't want to marry them. I'm just telling you from a man perspective. We know good, wholesome women to marry. Women can't get that because you want to know why? A lot of things are based on what society's dictating with y'all. You move like the magazines and the shows and stuff move. We're not all living hip-hop lives. I see a nigga with some Jordan and in a Gucci belt. I know I got more money than him. You don't think that, Queen, because you think he looks nice. And this is where the perception has to be changed. Because you want to know why? I want all my beautiful black women to get married. Because you want to know, because I want all my beautiful black women to get married. Because at the end of the day, I have a black mom, I have a black sister, I have nieces and stuff. And I want them to that. That's why I was like, I always tell them, judge him by his character. Because it's a lot of niggas you friend zone. Your husband is in your friend zone.
Yeah, I know you say that all the time.
I always say that your husband is in your friend zone. It's the nigga you dread to sleep with. And you say you dread to sleep when he's boring as hell. That's your husband.
No, but you know, they go to the friend when they at 40 going on 45.
But you could have been, but that's the problem I have. You could have had a good 20-year marriage by then. I could tell you countless of stories of people who I know personally who had kids with gangsters. Gangsters didn't give a fuck about none of them kids. Them kids was in the wind and married the nigga that they didn't even want to be with. And then I'm saying, bro, you could have saved you 10 years of heartache. By just marrying. Go ahead, brother.
And the thing is, like, the red flags was there. You just overlooked them.
They always overlooked them. And listen, a lot of us men who are good guys, because we're not Double D John Johns, because we're not any Visual belts. We're not any Visual belts. I got more we're not any Visual belts. I got more crypto than any Visual belt. But the point of the fact is, we talking about marriage and commitment, honor and respect. The way a woman sees that, and we're speaking from a woman point of, we're speaking about women, and I know y'all want to talk to men. Men control marriages. The women who we want to marry, a lot of y'all don't want to marry the guys who y'all don't want. And these guys end up with the Latinas and the white girl. These are the men who you do not want. He doesn't have no swagger. He's not wearing any Visual jeans, Jordan, Stacey Adams. Who you think scooping these niggas up?
And not only that, but Hakeem, they getting to the point now. The passport bro has been here forever. But I'm just saying, now it's on a rise because guys are saying, like I was saying earlier, you coming home and you won't see nobody here. Something happens to you. Who's gonna take care of you? You want somebody to be there to make sure, hey, something happens to me. I know this woman is gonna take care of me no matter what. Even if I have give her a few dollars, you won't even care. People like, I know this woman gonna take care of me at the end of the day. What's up?
She said, "What is a Double D John John?"
Oh yeah, Hakeem, go ahead. You could explain that. That's
a Double D John John is a dirty penis. I got to be careful with YouTube. It's a dirty. It's community D. It's the guys who have all the kids with most of you. It's the guy who has all the kids. It's the guy it's the guys that most women sleep with, but never marry. It's the guys. Double D Johnson is the guys that most women have kids with, but never marry. It's the guys most women get beat up with and still go back to them. And Jean Baptiste are the guys like me, who the guys who tend to don't be the Double D John Johns, but we have a different perspective. Most women want a Double D John Johns in her early teens. They want to have fun. They want to party with them, but marry a Jean Baptiste after 40.
That's the issue.
Double D John Johns don't provide you stability. They provide you hard D and bubble gum, and will provide you with more kids, so you can say your kids are beautiful because you like the way he look. You like the way his jeans sags off his ass in the silhouette. He does not take a shower. After he plows you in, he wakes up. And while you sleeping, he turns over and somebody else say, "I'll be over there today. I'm at my sister's house."
Hey, don't be surprised to give you a STD or STI.
Ooh, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. You said it. I didn't want to say it.
And not only that, but I think that at the end of the day, I think the problem is the reason why girls go for that, because remember, from my understanding, women are heavily influenced by the media. What they really listen to and stuff like that. So that's what feeds into their mind. Now, if they were feeding into the right stuff, I think women should have women groups, go to people like that's gonna like benefit you for the long term. That things will change, but they don't have those things anymore. You rarely see them.
You want to know something, Ronnie? You want to know what the real issue is? A lot of women think that all men are a lot of women think they can get any kind of man. The men who they really want, they can't get them like that. The 6 feet tall, the guy who has a lot of options.
666.
666. And you see, Double D John John, the devil's work.
There you go.
The 6 figures.
The 666, the devil's dad. You feel me? But a lot of y'all women like these guys for wrong reasons. And let me tell you something. You want to know something? I'm not saying that you cannot. I'm not saying that you're supposed to have physical attraction to the person that you're with. You're supposed to have some type of chemistry. Can I ask you a question? Was they worrying about chemistry prior before 1970?
No.
Do the Arabs worry about chemistry and they have a high marriage rate?
No, that's only in the West. That's only in the West.
Thank you. Do the Indians, do the Koreans, do the South Koreans, do the Chinese? Are they worrying about chemistry and love languages? I'm just asking.
Not only that, but most of their relationships, especially India and China, they already got their marriages already arranged. They're already telling them, hey, you're gonna be with this girl, you're gonna be with this guy. That's it. And now I say, and then you know what they tell them? Y'all gonna grow to love each other.
Love each other, which is true. After you've been with somebody for so long, don't matter who you is, you grow to love that person. Men or women, you be around somebody for so long, you grow to love that person. I've seen.
So why date? Why date?
Fresh Sounds, you made a good point about the thug is looked up at the top shelf guy.
Lord
I'm gonna
Jesus.
name somebody that I love and I respect as a rapper, but he preaches as the thug passion and all that type of stuff. Was Tupac. I feel like Tupac, he was the top tier masculine thug guy.
Basically.
And he talk about thugging till he died. Thug, he had it tatted. He had tatted thug on him.
But he was, but also people already know Tupac was an actor. Now he wasn't really a gangster. He wasn't really a gangster.
No, he was. But the thing is, he tatted up and speak about it, and women loved it so much. It's like, oh, I need to get somebody like him.
He pretended to be a Double D John.
Right.
He pretended to be a Double D John. He was a Double D John actor, but he really was a Jean Baptiste by heart, a regular guy.
He was. Remember, he used to date Jada. You get what I'm saying? Jada.
And listen,
Jada. He was. Go ahead.
Jada liked him because he was an actor. Once Jada would have realized this man was all talk, she would have left him too.
But when it comes to those type of coaches, but look at the culture set up. They know the point that dating's a waste of time. You're wasting too much time. Find somebody that's gonna take care of you and that's gonna make sure to be there by your side. That's it.
Preach.
But when you're in the West, when you're in this side of the atmosphere, this side is all about the superficial stuff, and that's the problem. That's the problem we have.
I want to comment on this question here. D'Souza said that D'Souza said that women's rights in India are in trash. They don't have free will. A lot of women here don't have free will. Everywhere we go, they don't have free will.
We don't have free will anymore. We never have free will. You get what I'm saying?
D'Souza, if you go and ask the consensus of women in the community about culture and being married, I believe you 80% will still want to go through that. And this is why the fact that America has no tradition, the fact that America has no culture, and we as Black people here, a lot of us from the diaspora, a lot of us here have no culture. This is why marriage is nothing for us. Now, mind you, prior before 1970, we was getting married and jumping brooms. What happened? I want us as people, if God give me power and money, I would create a dating app strictly for people to get married. Because here's the thing about that.
So what you mean we swipe white?
No.
Married?
No. We would set everybody who comes on this app has to be intentional. We would check, you can't be married, you gotta want a wife. And because you want to know why, there was a statistic that says in the 1800s, I'd say, women was getting married. Women average married was by 21. Now it's 30. And they say it's getting higher. Listen, marriage does well for the economy. Us being single, we lose a lot of money. Me being single, him being single, or not living in a house with your mate, we leaving a lot of money on the table.
Which is big fact. It is big fact. That's fact.
And you know what's the agenda of why women are marrying in their 30s? Because in America is pushing women to wait till your 30s. So because women, they spend more than we do. So if you can get the women spending more in their 20s and everything, and especially with these companies, they want you to keep spending. It's like they want you to wait till you get married and you let you keep spending. Because women, they spend more than we do. So if you get the woman to keep spending more and all that type of stuff, the company's not be looking good. Instead of being together with a long-term relationship or married and build on that, and then build on wealth. It could be small wealth, and then once you get in your 40s and 50s, you'll have wealth to retire. And to me, that's when the time you can travel the world.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Because let's just say for me, it's like, me and my wife like to travel. We really talk about we get in our 50s and 60s, let's travel the world, because we could go to Europe, and instead of going back home, we could go to another continent or another country and keep on traveling because we have the money and the money to do that. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, you're right. You're doing the work now. Do you know, which a lot of people, I want you to go look up this. You know how much assets are transferred over to the government for people who die alone and there's nobody to claim it?
Oh, man.
Remember, I was it.
Woo.
And not only that, but people always have issue at the end of the day when it comes to the courts, because that's the problem. See, United States system know the benefit of marriage. That was it. There's benefits for marriage. They don't want to keep these motherfuckers marriage. They don't want y'all to get married.
Mhm.
They don't want y'all to get married. That's the point. That would say continue to have y'all talking points on YouTube, continue to blame the woman, continue to blame the man, so y'all never get married, because at the end of the day, when one of y'all motherfucking die by yourself on the couch, on the bed, guess who take that money? Because now your family gonna have a hard time to get that money, and they probably might not get that money. The government say, you know what, we take that money back.
And just
Now we
put it back into houses, cars, properties. I've heard stories of all it is, and
yeah, it's true. Yes,
in court. Oh, this belongs to this. This belongs. Nobody ain't do it. Now, one thing I want to say that some men believe women are properties, father, husbands, and brother. No, then you stay away from them men. We are not even talking about them guys.
Yeah.
Women are not properties. Women women were made especially for men.
Yeah.
Women
No, but I ain't gonna lie, King. She is my property, because at the end of the day, according to the United States, you are my property. According to the United States, you are my property. Meaning that if something, but I'm gonna say in this aspect, meaning if something happens to you or if something goes wrong, I'm supposed to be the one to verify and say, okay, it's okay to do that procedure. It's okay to say yay or nay in that aspect. That's what I mean. I'm not gonna say that you can get upset. But yeah, I'm just joking.
I'm gonna say this. I want to go as far as property, but my wife has my last name, so she belongs to me. She belongs to nobody.
So she's your property. She's your property.
If you want to say it like that, that's fine. But
listen.
I'm like I said, you know what? I want to use
joking. I'm joking around.
No, I want to say that, but she has my last name. She belongs to me.
And you belong to her.
And I belong to her.
Belong to her. That's what it is.
Because listen here, something happens to you, they could pick up and call your mom and they say, are you married to? No, I'm his mother. Can I speak to his wife?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Yep. Before they go to the mother, they're gonna speak with the
Yep.
Can I speak to his wife?
Right.
What do you want me to do with Mr. Jordan here? This is why it's important. And I just want to give a shout out to Jordan. I want to give a shout out to Jabari. And I don't think Jabari been a long time supporter. He's been on our shows. I want to give him credit, but I also want to give him credit for being a stand-up husband.
You ain't getting no shout out for me, Jabari, so don't get too happy. You get what I'm saying?
No. I want to give a shout out to him, because Jabari has done some things which husbands do, just the same way as my brother here, Jordan. Jabari has supported his wife in her dreams.
And you forgot about Jeffrey Lombard, Jeffrey too.
Oh my God, Lombard. That's a whole nother show. But I want to talk about Jabari in a sense, because sacrifices were made, and men make sacrifices that women will never make. And this is what I want to talk about in this thing. The sacrifice that he made to put his dream aside to support the family and to allow his wife to flourish to what she wants to be is only a testament of why men want marriages. Because we look at it a little bit different. Not saying women don't. Women make a sacrifice too. And I want to mention the beautiful Mrs. Jordan. She left her family in Georgia to come be with Jordan.
Yep.
You know, most women function better in a community. She left her whole community, everything she ever known, to go be with to go be with him.
And I'm gonna say this: a lot of women I talk to about a lot of women I talk to about how we moved to Miami to LA. You say Jordan, I love some women that was being in a long-term relationship where the husband say, "Hey, Jordan, your wife is brave because I couldn't do it."
You know what I'm saying? Look, they keeping it real.
Yeah, they keeping it real. It's like I get it, but yeah,
they be like, don't
listen.
Eagle.
We're talking about sacrifices, and this is why. Is that commitment or love? I'm starting to think that has to do a little bit of both. Jabari mentioned it, and I had to mention that the commitment we have to our mates, which I want to say that is, and people, I'm looking at you. Are you ready to make the commitment that these brothers and these queens have made? The sacrifices that he's made. This man, Jabari, left his hometown to go to New York, some place he doesn't know. I'm talking about he's a stomp down Miami nigga. He's from here. Just like this brother here left Pontiac to go chase his dream. His wife is from Georgia. They leave places to be with their mates. We're talking about they're doing things they were doing in the 1970s. Men were flocking, leaving places to make their mates happy. A lot of people are not willing to make those sacrifices. I want you to think about, do you truly want to get married? Are you willing to make the sacrifices and the work that these brothers are doing? Are you willing to leave Switzerland, D'Souza?
She might talk to Switzerland.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, and this is why marriage is not easy. You're going to wake up, you're not going to love this person. You're going to wake up, you're going to hate this person. It's the same thing with arranged marriages. It's the same thing with this. This is why I love the African culture. I love the Indian culture. I love the Chinese culture. I love the Jewish culture when it comes to marriage. Because it's all about commitment, honor, respect, and family. You feel me?
We had that culture too back in the 50s and 60s too.
We had that too. And listen, that's a lost art that we need to accompany. When can we normalize getting married and being stayed marriage as a fad? When can we popularize that at? When can we make that popular again? Marrying black women. When can we make that popular? I want to make a t-shirt. Let's make marrying black women popular again. People getting quiet. They're getting quiet right now.
Hey, I got something better for y'all. Let's make black families popular again.
Woo!
But that's my goal. Yeah.
Let's do it. Listen, we all come from that. Let's make black families popular again. Listen, I'm not telling you to stay in an abusive relationship. I'm not telling you to stay in that. I'm not telling you to stay if a nigga giving you a wheel kick or an eye jammy. I'm not telling you to stay in that. Why you even pick that type of man? I'm not telling you to stay with a man who calls you a B. Were you intentional when you picked him? Some of you women don't even talk about marriage because you're scared of what a nigga might say. You only do that to the men you like. You willing to give up your goods up early, but never talk about, do you like me? Do you see me past just us having sex? He look at you and say, I thought we were just having fun. Now you just ruined it. Get your clothes and get ready to go. I'm going to order you an Uber.
Today was a beautiful screen, man. Beautiful screen, man. Real talk, man. It's a dope conversation, man. I think you guys know we already at our hour mark, but we're not gonna leave you guys empty-handed because we gotta play back that music we played earlier. We played it 2 times, but we gotta play it one more time before we rock out of here. But before we do, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side because we go live each and every Sunday, 7:30 Eastern Time. And not only that, but guys, let us know what you think about this music. We will be interviewing him next week, 7:30 Eastern Time. You want to miss it. Let us know what you think. We out. Peace.
Can you hear it?
First thing first, if a nigga ever caught a line, I put his ass in the dirt. Second of all, I'm putting.
Oh no, my bad. I played the wrong stuff.
Wrong song.
Wrong
His
song.
new hit song, Hakeem.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I want to give a shout out. Shout out to my brother, Marlon Dixon. Yo, Michael, shout out to
Jabari, Irby Norris, the two stuff. You know, Jordan, everybody, man. You guys killed it today, man. You guys awesome,
Shout out to
man.
Michael.
Yeah, shout out to Michael.
That's going on in your brain. You gotta have some devotion
My God is real.
to deal with your emotions. The inside. You gotta deal with the inside. Believe in yourself. Ask somebody for help. Don't think that you're insane. You just need to ease the pain.
River Boys for life.
The inside. You gotta deal with the inside.
Apple, he's a gospel singer. Marlon Dixon.
The inside.
I'm so in love with God. I'm putting on the meds. I'm putting on the meds.
Anxiety on your chest. You can't get no rest. Your
I'm
thoughts won't
stepping on
leave
you
you
and
alone.
disrespecting
So
God.
feel on your own. The inside.
Screaming at Marlon Dixon. Marlon
You
Dixon.
gotta deal with the inside. You feel no one understands, but you gotta comprehend that everyone needs some help. You can't do
miss
it
you,
by yourself. The inside.
Smash that like button. Share that like button.
You gotta deal with the inside.
The inside.
Usually I'm concerned with everybody else, but it's about time I worry about myself. Cause I can do no more of these sleepless nights, these crazy thoughts, internal fights, or the panic attacks, or these late night snacks, or these nights at the bar, then the headache tomorrow. Man, it's getting tough, I done had enough dealing with
With the inside, man, it might be rough, but that's alright, that's okay. Time to deal with the pain. Open up, let it out. That's what it's all about. What you hold, let it go. What you feel, let it go. Let it go, let it go till all the feelings go. Sheesh, Lord, please give me the strength to face me. I said, sheesh, Lord, please give me the strength to face me.
DJ Hakeem Dixon on the 1 and 2s. I love you, Marlon
Yeah.
Dixon.
We out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
Like and subscribe, share the stream. And let's make black families popular again. And marrying black women. You can marry anybody who you want to. Chaos Culture Radio out.